Good evening and welcome to the final day of day one of the JWHL weekend at Stanstead College. We have a great game between Mount Academy and Northwood as we get underway here at the Pat Burns Arena. In the Mount end start, as they look to break the puck out, McPhee with it into the neutral zone. That gets poked ahead. Griffiths puts it forward as it gets shipped into the Mount end. Mount now into the neutral zone, but secured by Northwood. Up to La Chapelle. La Chapelle still with the puck in the neutral zone. She crosses the red line. La Chapelle, that puck's broken up, and now McNeil the other way. McNeil gets that puck ahead, and she'll head off for a change. As Northwood breaks the puck out, that pass misfires to St. Pierre as Mount comes in. Shot on Tifo and hits her high in the chest. The rebound pops out, but no one home. As that puck gets sent up to McLean. McLean across the blue line. McLean looking for La Chapelle driving the net, but that's broken up. And now Mount looking to go the other way, but held in by Wright. Wright looks to go on net as that puck bounces in on the Mount goaltender, but still loose and play continues. Here comes Mount away as that gets tipped in by number 92, Adriana Pepe. And now here comes Mount as they look to break out. And we'll get our first whistle of the game as that puck heads down the length of the ice for icing. Today's starting goaltenders for the Northwood School, number 34, Ocean Tifo Michel. And for Mount Academy, number 30, Haley Blanchard. As this face-off goes to the left of Tifo and is won by Northwood. They get it ahead. And sent rink wide. Number 2, Reese Combe, but that's out of her reach. Sarah Martin puts the puck back in, and Mount will get an opportunity to break this puck out. That's an errant pass, and that gets deflected down the length of the ice. So no icing. Tifo out to play it. She'll get it over to Combe. Combe looking for Martin in the middle of the ice, and that will go the length of the ice for icing. Face-off back in the Northwood end. 2 minutes gone here in the first period as Avery McPhee looks to take the face-off. Avery McPhee wins the face-off. Back to her defenseman as that gets sent around and tap forward. But now here comes Higgins with it. She loses it. And now McPhee gets the puck back in deep into the Northwood. And McPhee looking for McNeil in the slot, but that's broken up by Elbricht. Elbricht with the puck now. She looks to create some offense. She crosses the red line, gets it deep. Blanchard sets it up for her defenseman. They'll get it to the wall. Pass the Northwood forechecker, but McPhee unable to get the puck out. Back to the Mount defenseman who will shovel it out of the zone. Not enough for icing, so Northwood will have to retreat. This is Griffiths back with the puck. She sends it rink wide for her partner Barton, but that's turned over. Now Mount back with it, but that puck sent to net is deflected away by Tifo. Now Mount with it in the O-zone. This is Addison Grieve with it. Addison Grieve out of the corner with it now as she sends it back to the point for Williamson. Williamson with a shot. That gets knocked down in front, but cleared by the Huskies. Here's Monette with it as she crosses the blue line. She loses it on a good back check by the Mount forward. Battle on the half wall. Back to right. Right. Across. Shot. Saved by Blanchard. That shot's coming in from number 9, Cora Major. But Blanchard up to the task as she sees her first action of the evening. And that puck will get set up to her right for the faceoff. Penelope St. Pierre taking the offensive zone draw for Northwood School. And she'll lose it. And now Mount away with the puck as that gets flipped out into the neutral zone. But wisely played by Major there to prevent a break from happening. Now here's La Chapelle coming through the zone. And she looks to get it ahead, but that's broken up at the blue line and results in an offside. This is each team's second game of the day. Northwood beating RNS 4-3 earlier today, and Mount taking a 6-2 loss to Stanstead in their first game of the weekend. Here's La Chapelle with at the goal line. La Chapelle shot, saved by Blanchard. Here's St. Pierre out front, no one home. Back to LaChapelle in the slot. She shoots. That's high over above the net. And now Mount looks to calm it down here as that puck gets into the neutral zone. Here's Major with it. Major into the feet of McLean. McLean up to Erster. She battles for it. Erster with it. And she dumps that puck in for St. Pierre. St. Pierre with the puck behind the net. She looks to make a play. Tries to go up, hits the referee's skate. That'll stay. That'll just get out, and that will be an offside call. Holmes not able to keep that puck in. And we'll have a face-off just outside the Mount Academy zone. McPhee taking the draw again. That's lost. And Combe up to Erster. Erster gets that puck deep. Here comes Martin on the forecheck. That puck gets rimmed around the boards and passed. And here comes McPhee. McPhee coming down the wing with speed as Erster comes back nicely on the back check to disrupt it. And away comes Gillis. Gillis and Combe, 2-on-1. Gillis to Combe. Oh, good defensive play there. That's number 77 for Mount. That is Despina Katsoulotos breaking that up, and that puck rolls in on Blanchard for a whistle. This faceoff will come to the right of Blanchard, and it will be Kate Obrecht taking the draw, the RPI commit. Scramble draw, one to Hagens. Hagens looking for it in her feet, can't find it, and that puck will get to the corner. Sent up the boards by Mount. Griffith's trying to put that puck on net, but that's blocked, and it'll go back into the neutral zone. This is Barton with it now. Barton up to Hagens, but well defended by Grieve. Battle in the neutral zone for it. Mount comes away with it. This is number 7, Carly McDougall with it. McDougall up to number 9, Caitlin Herring, and Herring puts it in on Tifo, who makes the save. Griffiths will collect the puck, and Griffiths will look to get up ice. Griffiths to Hagens. Back to Griffiths in the neutral zone. Griffiths carrying. And she gets across the blue line and puts that puck deep. As Mount looks to break it out, but Kelly gets there first, but again, turned over there and now put into neutral zone by Mount Academy. Here's Major with it. Major to Kelly, but that's broken up. Then back into the neutral zone. Here's Pratt scoring the game winner this morning against RNS. And here's Mount breaking out. That gets moved over to number 12, Keandra Broughton. And now Mount looking to attack. Here's on net. And saved by Tifo. Good rebound control there by the RIT commit. As several players were looking to crash the goal there for the Saints. The faceoff will come to her right. This is number 10, Lila Blanchard, taking the draw. She wins it to the wall. And she'll regain possession on the wall. Battle on the half wall ensues. Blanchard in there. And Mount will push that puck forward, but Major with the puck for Northwood as she looks to get away. That's to Lesperance in the neutral zone. Lesperance looking to get the puck ahead, but that is punched back into the neutral zone. Ooh, big push there along the wall there by number 71, Kirsten McKinnon. On goal scorer. That is Pratt, Lily Pratt, with the goal. Her second of the day. And Northwood's up 1-0. Puck got into the slot, and Pratt just ripped it 5-hole on Blanchard. And the Huskies, similar to this morning, get the game's first goal. Let's see if Mount Academy can respond here as Northwood sends out their big line of McLean, St. Pierre, and LaChapelle. Combe gets that puck up to St. Pierre. She tries to dance it, but that's knocked away. Here's McNeil with it on the wall. Now LaChapelle with it coming off the half wall. LaChapelle looking for St. Pierre, but that's broken up and put into the corner. McPhee with it. Up to McNeil on the half wall. McNeil trying to shovel it forward, but kept in by McLean. McLean with it in high ice. McLean to St. Pierre in front. Ooh, and that's put just wide on the backhand. Dangerous chance there for Penelope St. Pierre as Combe retrieves that puck in the neutral zone. Combe ahead. Chipped ahead for St. Pierre. St. Pierre Rubbed out along the wall there by McDougall. Good job defensively by the Mount defender. And now LaChapelle with it in the O-zone. LaChapelle climbs. LaChapelle wheels. LaChapelle keeps that puck in. Down to the net front to McLean. Oh, as she tries to look for St. Pierre on the backhand, but that's interrupted. And they'll head off for a change. As Mount flips that puck down the ice. No icing is the call, so Combe will look to get that puck out. Combe turned over. Here's Pepe. Pepe on goal. Pepe looks to tuck it. Big save by Tifo. Adriana Pepe with a big move towards the net, driving that puck down towards the goal line, but unable to get it through Tifo for Mount's best chance of the game so far. Here's Grieve to take the faceoff. Grieve to Pepe. That gets through her feet. And Urster sends it back to Barton to start the breakout. Barton up to Gillis on the wall. Gillis with a nice move to get around, but turned over. That puck gets dumped back into the Northwood zone, and Griffiths back to it, to Barton. Again, clogged up on the wall by Grieve. Into the slot. Ooh, and good stick there by Griffiths as Pepe was lurking for that loose puck. Here's Mount again as they send it into the slot, but that's broken up by Urster. Urster ahead to Gillis. Gillis has Barton with her as she chips that puck into the Mountain zone and chases after it. Gillis below the goal line. Circling. Up top to Major. Major on net. That's blocked away by McDougall. And McDougall looks to get away. McDougall to Pepe. Pepe will try to get it deep, but that's stood up there by Barton as she regains the puck. Barton comes away with it now. Barton carrying the puck through the neutral zone across the red line. She'll put it on net, and Blanchard puts it towards her blocker side where Mount is able to get away. Now McDougall with it as she looks to exit the zone. McDougall skating. McDougall puts it deep. I don't think she got across the red line. That will be icing against the Saints. So that faceoff will come back into the defensive zone to the left of Blanchard. About halfway through the first period. Shots are 6-5 for Northwood. As Blanchard takes the draw here against Elbrecht. Elbrecht wins the draw back to right. Right down to Hagens. That gets turned over, and Mount looks to get going here. This is Kirsten McKinnon with the puck now as she drives wide and gets that puck below the goal line. Out front. Oh, and just rolls off the stick of the high defenseman who had a great look, but unable to pull the trigger. As Mount looks to regroup and get back into the Northwood zone. This is Wright with the puck right now. She gets the puck up to Monette, who chops it forward. D to D they go as Mount and McPhee tries to get it deep, but unable to do so. And that gets sent ahead to Monette. Monette trying to find L'Esperance in the middle, but unable to do so. But puck bounces into the Mount zone. L'Esperance on the forecheck. Monette now with it below the goal line. Monette circling the net. Rubbed out nicely by McPhee. But Northwood still with the puck. This is L'Esperance with it. L'Esperance puts it down to Monette. Up top, no one home, and that puck will skate all the way down into the Northwood zone, and Mount will get a change. Here's Combe with the puck now. Combe up into the neutral zone, but Grieve the first to it. Grieve will turn the corner and get that puck deep. Grieve on the forecheck now. She tries to chase down Coombe. Coombe with it now. As she keeps going, the defenseman striding along. She gets into the offensive zone and keeps that puck going along the boards as reinforcements come from the Northwood bench. It's LaChapelle, St. Pierre, and McLean. St. Pierre keeps the puck in on the half wall. St. Pierre dances off the half wall. Gives it to Holmes. Holmes shot blocked by the Mount defender as Pepe looks to get ahead with it. Pepe looks to chop it ahead, but corralled by McLean as McLean looks to get ahead with it. McLean drops to LaChapelle as she looks to gain speed for an attack. LaChapelle up to St. Pierre. St. Pierre crossing, dropping to McLean. McLean shooting, rebound. Oh, that puck was still out there. Blanchard made the first stop, but unable to cover a rebound, and the referee, only a two-man system tonight, so losing sight of it and having to blow the whistle. As this faceoff will come to the right of Blanchard. And Blanchard taking the faceoff. Not the same person. Griffiths. Down to Monette. Down to St. Pierre. St. Pierre with it now. To Monette. As that puck gets broken up, and away comes Mount. Nice play at the blue line there by Barton to slow the rush, but Mount keeps chugging along. As that puck gets dumped in, and Griffiths, is first to it. Griffiths along the wall. But that's jammed up, and now away comes St. Pierre with it. And that's poked away nicely by McKinnon. Puck still staying in the Northwood end, but Griffiths finally able to put that in the neutral zone for McDougall, who has to turn and corral it. McDougall away. Nice puck movement there by the Saints, but ultimately chopped away by Sarah Martin. As this puck gets back to Griffiths, Griffiths just out of the reach of Barton. And Lefebvre gets that puck deep. Here's Barton with it now. Barton carrying it along. Looking for Erster, but that puck's broken up nicely by number 77 for Mount. Now McNeil with it. Oh, and just offside at the Northwood blue line as McNeil a little too anxious to get into the Northwood zone, and McPhee offside. They'll line up for the faceoff, though, in the neutral zone just in front of the Northwood bench. 7:30 left in the first period. McPhee on the draw. Wins it ahead to McNeil. As McNeil looks up, get that puck in deep and get after it. But it is Cora Major with the puck. She's pressured heavily there by Caitlin Herring. Great forecheck by her, but here comes Northwood. This is Wright with it now. Right to Erster. Erster to Wright. Right in. Oh, great save there by Blanchard. Dangerous shot there by Wright as she was looking to go far pad, create some chaos. But here's Erster back with her across the line as Elbrick gets the puck in. Elbrick to Gillis, to Wright. Into the slot for Kelly. Unable to get a shot off. Kelly back up to Major. Over to Wright. Wright down to Hagens. Hagens in the slot for Elbrick. Backdoor. Oh, good defensive play by Grieve to come all the way back to knock that puck off of Kelly's stick. Otherwise, she would have a tap in at the back post. But here comes Grieve with it. Grieve driving right on Major. Major, good job to slow her up. Puck heads into the Northwood corner, and Grieve still on it. Grieve working hard this shift as she gets the puck to the point. That goes DDD to McDougall, who puts it back down below the Northwood goal line. As Mount looks to mount an attack. Here's Elbrecht with it as she gets ahead of steam through the neutral zone. One-on-one against McDougall. Elbrecht, good stick there by McDougall to knock it away as she gets the puck up to Pepe. And here comes Pepe with it. Pepe across the blue line. Pepe shot right into the chest of Tifo. And we will get a whistle with 5:49 left in the first period. Shots now 8-6 for Northwood. As this faceoff will come to the left of Ocean Tifo. Tifo, both goaltenders tonight in their senior years at their respective schools. As that faceoff was won and rimmed around and is now in Northwood's possession. As Mount looks to get that puck deep, but stopped up there by Holmes, who gets it ahead to Monette. Monette with a cross-corner dump as today's goal scorer, Lily Pratt, chases after it. In front by L'Esperance as she escapes everyone, gets to Holmes at the point. Now the Saints looking to break out as they rim that puck back around. Here's McKinnon with it, who's able to chop it away. Then Monette back with it. Monette to Holmes, to L'Esperance as they attack. Good stick there by Blanchard to knock it away from L'Esperance and out of the Mount end. But L'Esperance back with it. Determined to get back in there, but the puck gets outside the blue line once again. McNeil looking to push that puck forward for McPhee. And that goes into the penalty box and out of play. This face-off will come just in front of the Northwood bench, right in front of head coach Trevor Gilligan. Oh no. As Northwood wins that face-off, and Barton looking to make a play, but that's in the neutral zone where Williamson will put it in deep. Tifo keeps that rim going, gets to Barton. And Barton looking up the wall, but no one home, and that'll go all the way down for icing. Mount will send their line of Grieve, Pepe, and Herring back out there. Number 92, Adriana Pepe, committed to the University of Maine. As they lose the draw, and Northwood looks to clear. Oh, and could be a dangerous play, but McDougall back there to save the day, and she whips that puck back up the ice. And that is into the penalty box again, as that was hammered hard there by the Northwood defenseman. That faceoff will actually come back inside the Northwood zone. As Grieve will look to win this one against St. Pierre. Scramble drop, pushed back by La Chapelle. This is Major with a major stretch pass. Out of the reach, and will go all the way down, but no icing as McDougall gets back to it. McDougall on the wall to her partner, who finds Pepe in the middle. Here comes Pepe. Pepe with a head full of steam. She gets around the defenseman. Pepe and shot. Save by Tifo. Pepe with a great rush there in a 1-on-3 situation and able to create a good scoring opportunity for Mount out of it. But that puck gets ricocheted in on Tifo for a whistle. Shots now 8-8 as Mount is searching for their first goal of the game. Blanchard now in. This is Lila Blanchard to take the faceoff as she wins it back. Now McKinnon with it on the wall. McKinnon protecting the puck. And that puck gets chipped to the line and out. Here's McKinnon with it as she sends it cross ice, looking for her teammate, but pushed forward to Gillis. Gillis across the line for the Huskies. Drop back to Martin. Martin toe drag. Martin shot just wide of the net. Nice skill on display there from Sarah Martin. As that puck gets sent below the net. And Herbster with it. Herbster and Gillis battling for it in the corner. But it'll be Blanchard who comes away with it for Mount as she moves the puck to the wing. And that's pushed forward to McKinnon, but unable to get through the Northwood defense. Now Martin with it as she enters the Mountain zone. That's knocked off her stick to McKinnon and sent around. Puck in almost in front. Here's Erster with it. Erster with behind the net. Erster curling. Erster trying to get a puck on net, but that's deflected. And now Mount looking to get the puck out. Long shift for these guys as they look to get a change, but Northwood putting the pressure on here in the last few minutes of the first period. Battle ensues. Coming out front, Gillis on net. Ooh, and that almost slipped through Blanchard as that hit a funny part of her toe, but she's able to crowd forward with the whistle. 2:20 left in the first period. As this faceoff will come to the right of Allison Blanchard. Or sorry, to the left of Allison Blanchard. Oh, excuse me. This is Haley Blanchard. A lot of Blanchards. Haley Blanchard. As that puck gets put in deep by McNeil. But Northwood able to rim it around. Hagen's nice touch to Elbrecht as she puts that puck in and chases after it. But moves smartly to McDougall. McDougall up the wall to McNeil. McNeil looking to get it ahead, but turned over. Now Elbrecht looking to crowd, but unable to do so. Williamson back with it. Williamson to McDougall. Looking for McNeil or McPhee, but that's just out of their reach, and that'll go all the way down for icing. Face off to the right of the Mount goaltender. As Northwood sends their big three back out there, St. Pierre taking the draw. St. Pierre wins the draw to La Chapelle, who gets it back to Major. Major to La Chapelle, but that's deflected. Mount able to chop it forward, but La Chapelle regains control. Up to right. Right with a shot. Looking for the tip in front by McLean, but good tie up there in front by the Mount defenseman. As Mount able to chip this puck and out of the zone. As LaChapelle goes back and get it. She circles back. Up the wall to McLean as she chips the puck in and looks to retrieve. Brown with the puck now. Brown looking to go up the wall, but clogged up there by McLean. But here's Grieve with it as she looks to get away. Grieve up to Pepe, but that gets through her legs as Wright gets it and puts it back into the Mount zone. St. Pierre first to it for the Huskies. And now McLean with it below the goal line. McLean. Pressure there by Grieve. Grieve now with it, trying to get away from LaChapelle McLean. As LaChapelle in front. Oh, and St. Pierre just misfired on it. Dangerous opportunity for her. Here comes LaChapelle, downhill shot. Oh, nice blocker save there by Haley Blanchard. As that puck gets back down low. McLean over to St. Pierre. St. Pierre harassed there by the Mount defender. That puck goes up to Wright. Right on net. That goes wide. Major now jumping down. Holding the puck in on the wall as Wright comes over to support her and try to chip that puck deep, but still in the Mount zone. Brown with it. That's turnover. St. Pierre with it now for the Huskies. St. Pierre tries to get on net. No good. Monette with it now below the goal line as St. Pierre will change. Monette working hard in the corner. 5 seconds left in the opening period. 3, 2, and 1. That'll be the conclusion of the first period. 1-0 Northwood. Shots 9-8 for the Huskies. There is a huge blind spot.
Like if it would have been shaky, like you guys would not. Okay, what if you could bend it? Yeah. No, don't try.
I'll just move east west.
It does.
I know, but like if you I tried playing around it, you like it's too much. Like, really just.
Because if you put it like this, you let it go. It's all out. Is it hard to bend it like?
I don't know. I'm just.
I was gonna say it's probably like this.
Plays the last game.
Oh,
I've been here since like 6. Huh? That's there's actually like classes for that.
yeah.
Okay, it's crazy. How fast they talk.
Classic get the weather. Or does it actually go to the
Yeah.
there's there's classes to like I don't know. Like big classes it's hands off. But I want to do the price here there and there.
That's crazy.
I used to go to Hong Kong.
Oh yeah? What's the best thing you got? Pound? You walk over the pound?
I never, I was like, I didn't just do that something, just like this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like the seeds there. I know. And we're back for period 2 here between Mount and Northwood. Sarah Martin and Blanchard taking the center ice draw, won by Blanchard. But here is Urster putting the puck in deep as goalie Blanchard comes out to stop the puck. That puck gets ripped around for Herring. Herring looking to move that puck forward, but cut off there by Barton. Barton now up to Gillis, but that slips away from her as Williamson gets the puck into the neutral zone, and Northwood's Griffiths has the puck now. She looks to move the puck ahead, but that's turned over. But now back on the stick for Urster. Urster in. Urster puts it towards the net, but just out of the reach of the driving Gillis. But Urster back on, or that's Elbrecht, as she cycles the puck back down into the Mount end as Northwood completes a change. That puck gets rimmed around for Herring. Herring looking to make a play with it, but that's turned over. Now here's Kelly, and she loses the handle. But Mount looking to get that puck north. As that puck gets to the bench, and they're able to get a change in. But that puck stretched past Kelly delays to Elbrecht. Save by Blanchard. Northwood caught Mount napping there on a change and almost made them pay, but that puck gets moved ahead to McPhee. McPhee looking to drive in. But well defended there by Major. As that puck gets chopped off the wall, but McPhee does a good job back checking. Unable to impede. Here's Kelly. Big shift by Kelly here to start the period. She just sips one wide. As Elbrick with it, cycles it down. And now McNeil looking to get ahead with that. Misfires. Here's Major with it. Major puts it in deep as St. Pierre chases after it. Here's McDougal with it. She gets it up to McNeil on the wards. She looks to chop ahead and out and does so to right. Here's Penny with it. She gets a little break. Penny in. Good back check by Wright to break that up. As Penny had a step. But that puck's still in the Northwood end. As that is rimmed around to Summer. McLean up to LaChapelle. LaChapelle trying to go through McDougal, but nice play by the defender to stop her progress. Now Pepe with it as she shifts the puck around the boards. But kept in by Combe. Combe towards the net. And that's tipped on goal by St. Pierre. And for the whistle of Blanchard. Shots now 11-8 for the Huskies. As St. Pierre takes the draw against Grieve. St. Pierre winning the draw to LaChapelle. And that shot gets muddled up before reaching the net. As Mount looks to get out of the zone. They're able to do so. And here's Pepe with it. Pepe chips it in deep. As her and Sydney Sass chase after it. McKinnon coming down the wall to pitch McLean off. But McLean able to get it out. Good play there by the Mount defender to stop St. Pierre's progress and get the puck back into Northwood end. As Colm sends it down the ice, will it be enough for icing? Yes, it will be. No-touch icing really in favor of Mount there as St. Pierre was chugging to get that loose puck and would have likely been able to get an opportunity out of it. But instead, we'll have a face-off down to the right of Ocean Tifo. It's Grieve, Sass, and Pepe out there. But it is Lesperance who wins the face-off for Northwood. Grieve looking at puck back to point, but that's cut off by Lesperance. And here she comes. Lesperance across the blue line as she looks to make a play. Lesperance on net. Ooh, and that hopped in and out of the glove of Blanchard, but into the corner. Out front to Pratt, but that's knocked away. And here comes Sass with it. Sass sees you get the red line. Able to do so, and now our team's able to change. Monette stretching. Griffiths up to Monette as she gets the puck at the Mount blue line and looks to make a play, but that's soon turned over. Brown with it as she looks to get the puck ahead to Blanchard, but that is muddled up. Chopped ahead, and Northwood in the outside position, so Mount will get the puck. That's move over to Brown. Brown over to Herring. And that gets shipped into the Mount end as Barton back to it. Barton looking to break out, but that's turned over to Broughton at the blue line. Broughton down the wall to McKinnon. McKinnon down to Herring. Herring out front, but no one home. That goes through Tifo's crease and now out into the neutral zone. There's Blanchard with it in the neutral zone as she dances in. Blanchard across the blue line. Shot blocked by Griffiths. McNeil with it, but poked away. Now back with it is McNeil. McNeil in high ice. McNeil making moves. She just softly puts one towards net, but that's blocked away by Martin, who looks to break the puck out now. Martin now gaining middle ice. She pushes ahead. Martin looking at the puck deep, but turned over there in high ice for a battle on the half wall as that puck gets won back. And now look to get move ahead as that gets put in the neutral zone to Wright, who turns that puck over to McNeil. And now back to Martin. Back to Griffiths, over to Gillis, and away goes Northwood. Gillis across the line. Gillis to Martin. Shot. Save by Blanchard. Nice little entry there by Northwood as Martin moved the puck into the slot for a quality scoring chance, but Blanchard getting square of that puck. Hits her right in the stomach for a comfortable save. Here's Elbricht against Grieve on the faceoff. Puck won by Elbricht as she gets the puck to Gillis. Gillis now with it. Back to Major. Major shot on net. That's blocked. And into the corner. Mount now with it as they look to break up with that. Hits a skate and gets turned over. Try it again for Broughton. Broughton now able to exit the zone as Pepe chases right. Pepe forces right up the wall, but Kelly with the puck. Kelly gets it to Gillis, back to Kelly, but she's tied up. Major keeping the puck in and putting it below the Mount goal line. Gillis hard in on the forecheck as she retrieves the puck. Gillis turns away from pressure. Gillis battling in the corner. But that puck gets moved forward and across to Major. Major shot. Oh, that just missed high. Here's right now with it as she pushes the puck down. Here's Broughton to Grieve. Grieve to Pepe. Here comes Pepe. On Gillis, the forward. Pepe wide. Pepe shot. And that's into the breadbasket of Tifo. Favorable matchup there for Pepe on the forward. Gillis, who is covering for her defenseman, but Pepe at the end of the shift just wisely puts that one on net. And Tifo making a big save there. Blanchard to take the draw for Mount. Blanchard loses it. And this is Holmes with it. Holmes gets up the wall to McLean. McLean unable to push it forward, but she gets the puck back. McLean now entering the blue line. McLean shot. Oh, goal. Nice goal by Summer McLean. As she drags that puck inside and rips it top shelf to the glove side of Haley Blanchard. And now it is now 2-0 for Northwood. Great job by McLean to stick with that puck in the neutral zone and carry on, enter with speed, and use a powerful shot to beat the goaltender. Northwood now doubles their lead at the 13:51 mark of the second period. Ensuing face-off is won by Penelope St. Pierre, who gets it back, and Cope now with it, who gets it to La Chapelle. That's turned over. Here's Blanchard in. Blanchard rolls one in on Tifo, who wisely covers up for a face-off. Good response there by Mount after the goal against, as they look to cut Northwood's lead in half here in the second period. Here's Blanchard with it. Blanchard wins it back, or loses it back, and Griffiths will rim the puck back around to Monette, but that's out of her reach, and now Mount will skate back to get it. Around the net they go, stopping, looking to reverse the flow. Up the wall to Blanchard. Blanchard head to Sass. Here comes Sass. Cross the blue line, 1-on-2. Sass, shot on goal, that misses. Griffiths now retrieving it for Northwood. She almost turns it over, but it head to Monette. Monette chips it down the length of the ice, and that will go for icing. So face-off coming back into the Northwood zone. Shots now 14-9 for the Huskies. McPhee set to take the draw for the Saints. She tries to win the draw forward, but that plays right into the Northwood scheme as that is hammered ahead, and now they're able to exit with more control. Here's Griffiths now carrying it. Griffiths in the zone, shot right into the chest of Blanchard, and we get another whistle. Sarah Martin now on the draw. She wins the puck back to Urster. Urster towards the net. That should slide. As Mount moves that puck around, but cut off on the wall by Urster. Urster to Higgins, to Martin, in the high slot. That's blocked by McNeil. That hit her in the back leg. That probably hurt a little bit. Good job on the boards by McPhee, but back to the point. Ooh, and that shot just missed high. Blanchard might have gotten a piece with the shoulder, but back into the Mount corner, is it? Battle on the wall there as Urster looks to move the puck forward. Urster is in there. Urster, but chipped ahead and into the neutral zone by Herring. Albrecht transitions. This is right to Higgins. Higgins, shot, score. Nice shot there by Emma Higgins. It is now 3-0 on two quick goals by the Huskies. Very nice transition there by Northwood as they're able to move the puck from the neutral zone to the attack. And Higgins rips one. Might have ramped off the stick of the defender and over the shoulder of Haley Blanchard, but nonetheless, great shot. 3-0 Huskies. Let's see how Mount responds here. Their top line on the ice. They go behind the net, and that's moved up to Lefebvre. That gets turned over at the blue line. But Pepe there to secure it. Lefebvre with it. Lefebvre to Pepe. To Grieve. Grieve unable to corral it, and here comes Kelly. Kelly across. Ooh, nice move to get that puck into the corner. Here comes Kelly around the net. Kelly surveying. Up to Holmes. Holmes to Combe. Combe on net. That's blocked. Good block there by the Mount defender. She carries the puck up ice. But Kelly, good job backtracking and breaking that up. Combe swats it ahead to Kelly. Kelly across to Gillis. Gillis wide, but offside at the Mount blue line. 11-12 left in the second period, about the halfway mark of this game. As this puck will come in front of the Northwood bench as Penelope St. Pierre lines up and wins the draw. But pushed into the Northwood zone with Griffiths now flipping that puck into the netting and out of play. So the faceoff will now come into the Huskies zone to the right of Tifo. With St. Pierre looking to take the draw. La Chapelle back out there with her, the Boston University commit. Puck won by Northwood. Griffiths rimming the puck hard and a race for it as that puck rolls in on Blanchard and she covers up with Summer McLean barreling in on her. One of today's Northwood goal scorers. La Chapelle lined up behind St. Pierre. See if they win the draw to her. Puck one to her. Oh, and quick shot on net where Blanchard's able to handle it. Northwood getting creative off the offensive zone faceoffs, trying to set up their shooters for good opportunities. Coach Trevor Gilligan directing the troops as they'll do this again. La Chapelle wins it, but to the point now where Griffiths will put it deep for McLean. McLean around the net to St. Pierre. St. Pierre with it now. Back, looking to go back up top, but that's broken up by Sass. Here comes Sass. That puck gets deflected by McLean. Back, all the way back into the Northwood zone where Tifo will set it up for Griffiths. Griffiths over to Barton. Barton makes a nice move around the first forechecker. Looks for the stretch pass, but that's in the neutral zone. McDougall is being chased now by La Chapelle. La Chapelle coming away with it, using her strength to knock her opponent off the puck, and now McNeil with it for a minute. Now, McNeil flips it ahead. Well, that's corralled by Griffiths. Griffiths now flips it ahead. Well, that's corralled by McNeil, and now McNeil back to Griffiths. Griffiths now up to La Chapelle, and Northwood will look to attack. Here's La Chapelle entering to Pratt. Pratt in front to St. Pierre, but unable to connect. And now Mount away with it. Here's Grieve. Grieve carrying the puck. Nice move around Pratt in the neutral zone as Grieve continues in. Grieve around Griffiths, looking to the slot, but L'Esperance there to break that up. L'Esperance now getting the puck out for Northwood. Mount with it now in their own zone as they get the puck ahead. Barton with it now as she looks to go D to D, but that's interrupted by Pepe. Pepe on net. And glove save there by Tifo. Dangerous pass there by Barton to her partner. That was picked off, but no harm for the Huskies. Here's Grieve on the faceoff now as Grieve wins it back to McKinnon. McKinnon on net, tipped. Ooh, and good save there by Tifo. Putting that rebound out of harm's way as well and even kickstarting the team's attack. Here's Pratt with it. Pratt, that gets hopped in on Blanchard for a whistle. Officially over halfway through the second period here at the Pat Burns Arena. Still 3-0 for Northwood. As L'Esperance takes the draw for Northwood. L'Esperance to Monette. Monette chased there by McDougall off the draw. Monette deep, where she's helped by Lesperance. 3-on-2 battle now as another Mount player jumps in there and wins that puck back to McDougall. McDougall up the wall, coming away with it. Dumped to Major, but knocked down for Lefebvre. Lefebvre rims that puck in where Tifo will stop the puck. Tifo to Major, but she's forechecked nicely by Lefebvre there as Mount now with the puck. Now Mount goes low to high to Williamson. Williamson from the point. Deflected on net, and Tifo with a controlled pad save. And now Northwood looks to attack for round 2. Here's Monette across the line. Monette, shot off the skate of McDougall and wide. Monette still with it. Monette, ooh, that clanged off the outside of the post. She looked to try and bank one in. Here's Monette again, looking for Martin to slot, but that's broken up nicely by Lefebvre. Lefebvre across to McKinnon, but unable to get that puck deep, and now Combe away with it for Northwood. Combe, entering off the blue line. Combe and shot, blocked by McDougall. But Northwood, Erster with the puck in the corner. Erster down the goal line to Higgins. Higgins looking for Erster out front, but interrupted. And now here's McNeil with it for Mount. That gets one back to McDougall. McDougall over to Broughton. Broughton chased there by Higgins. But that gets worked around to McNeil, who gets turned over. But now the puck into the neutral zone and played back into the Mount zone, but hitting a Northwood player, so that play will be offside. Shots are 18-11 now for the Huskies, as they'll line up on the far neutral zone area. Grieve on the face-off, but she gets out-muscled by Elbrecht there for a Northwood face-off win. That's Kelly getting the puck deep now as Elbrecht chases after. Here's Broughton on it back for Mount as Broughton makes a nice move to get it away from the Northwood forecheck, and she'll move the puck up to Pepe. Pepe, one-on-one. In on Griffiths as she gets hauled down. No call there by the officials, but Mount will regain possession as that puck gets knocked out of the zone. Nice rush again by Pepe, but to no significant opportunity. Here's Kelly in across the blue line looking for Gillis. Gillis now with the puck as she finds Elbrecht. Elbrecht towards the net for Kelly. Kelly with it, circling. Back down to Gillis below the goal line. Gillis shielding the puck away from the Mount defense, but able to push the puck to the walls. Mount defenders as Sass give that puck up to Pepe, and here she comes. Pepe in. One on Griffiths, but Griffiths wins that battle as Pepe falls to the ice. The puck gets rimmed around and into the neutral zone for Elbrecht. Elbrecht getting that puck deep and heading off for a change. Mount lots of time to break out now as Williamson retrieves that puck behind the Mount net and moves it to her partner, who gets that puck up to McKinnon and tipped ahead into the Northwood end. Here comes Herring barreling down on the forecheck and McKinnon, but that gets moved along nicely to McLean. McLean chips it ahead for St. Pierre. St. Pierre to La Chapelle. Drop back to McLean. McLean, ran herself out of room there. So nice save by Blanchard, though, nonetheless. And now Northwood setting up their offensive zone. There's McLean with it as she's harassed, but to the point for Wright. Wright over to McLean. McLean down to St. Pierre, but knocked away by the Mount defender. Trying to pin the puck against the wall as the Mount defender, but able to do so up to McKinnon on the half wall. McKinnon just looking to get this puck out and is just able to do so under pressure by McLean. And now Cora Major will get that puck in for Northwood. Tired Mount group out there right now as Northwood's putting the pressure on. Here's St. Pierre in the slot. Shot just missing to the blocker side of Blanchard. Put up the wall again. They're Major. Major to La Chapelle as she dances in, looks for a loose puck. Pratt unable to find it as that puck gets worked back to the point for Wright. Deeded Major. Major La Chapelle coming in off the wing. La Chapelle shot. Ooh, she just missed by blocking side. And she knows that that one could have made it 4-0 as she goes back to the bench. But Mount finally able to ice the puck and get a change as we are now 5 minutes left. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this second period. Face off to the left of Blanchard. Coach Kenny McDougall getting his Saints fired up here for the last 5 minutes. Here's McPhee on the draw. McPhee ties up but loses the draw. Here's Combe with it. Ooh, looking for Monette in the slot, but that's not working out. McDougall over to her partner Brown, who makes a nice move to break that puck out. Good touch by McNeil as they're almost away into the neutral zone, but here comes McPhee on Combe as she pushes the puck ahead into the Northwood zone. That gets shipped ahead to Pratt. Not able to get the puck out as Lefebvre keeps it in, but here's L'Esperance with it as she works ahead to Monette. But again, Northwood unable to get that puck past their own blue line until Holmes is able to do so and crosses the red line and now into the Mount zone. Holmes coming down wide, putting that puck on net, no one home. Here's L'Esperance with it on the other side as she pushes the puck down low. Here's Broughton with it. But Combe pinches down, keeps that puck, and pushes that puck down for Monette. McDougall first to it though, and Lefebvre looking to chop that puck up, but kept in. Mount swings the puck over for Grieve. Now Grieve able to get that puck to McNeil, who was able to just get that puck outside of their defensive end. Lefebvre tries to move it ahead, but that's right to Erster, who now dances through the neutral zone with it. Here's Erster coming in. She drops it back. Hagens blocked. Nice block there by Addison Grieve. And she now is the one forechecking this puck. But that's pushed ahead to Hagens. But McDougall with a nice defensive play to break that up. As that puck gets rimmed around to Pepe. Here comes Pepe. Pepe chips it ahead for Herring. Oh, excuse me, that is Penny. Penny with it now. Penny and Grieve in the battle in the Northwood corner. 2-on-2 battle. As that puck gets thrown into the slot, but Northwood collapses well into the house to keep it away. And now Hagens and Martin. Oh, the tight call at the blue line. And 2-on-1 squandered there by the Huskies. But they maintain possession down to Martin at the goal line. But that shot is blocked and they'll head off for a change. Mount moving it ahead to Penny, but that is off her stick and to the right. Right chips it ahead and back into the Mount zone. As Elbrick on the forecheck. Gillis now with it. Gillis! Ooh, nice recovery there by Mount's 77 to tie up Elbrick on the back post as she looks to move ahead. Now Pepe with it. Pepe able to get it out as Penny chases after it, but out of her reach as Major looks to push the puck in. Big battle in the neutral zone now. Teams looking to gain possession as Elbrick gets the puck and dumps it in. Puck behind the net, put out in front. In the slot. Some scrambling play here by both teams as the second period winds down. But here's Kelly off the wall. Kelly to Gillis. On net. Rebound. Loose puck. And that is cleared. Uh-oh, Blanchard now without a stick. As Northwood maintains possession on the offensive zone. She now has her stick, so all is good. But here comes Northwood's big line. McLean looking to bring that puck out of the corner, but that is interrupted by Sass and cleared into the penalty box area. Nearing the last minute of play here in the second period. We will have a face-off to Blanchard's right. LaChapelle, St. Pierre, McLean, Holmes, and Combe out there for Northwood. LaChapelle lines up in her designated shooter's spot, but that draw is attempted to be won forward by St. Pierre. As that rolls in on net, but kicked loose by LaChapelle, so play will carry on. Here's St. Pierre with it now. She dances in the zone. Back to Holmes. Holmes at the blue line. Challenged there by Herring, but puck able to get down as Blanchard looks to exit. Good pressure here by Northwood. Here's St. Pierre winning the puck back now up to the point to Combe. Combe down to St. Pierre. St. Pierre slot blocked by McDougall. She's blocked a ton of shots already this game. Puck back to the point for Holmes. Holmes to LaChapelle. LaChapelle on net, but that goes wide. Here's Combe, down to St. Pierre. St. Pierre harassed, taken down, no call. A lot of bodies flying everywhere, but now it is Mount with the puck as Herring brings the puck away, and she wisely puts that puck in deep as there are now only 15 seconds left on the clock. But here comes one last rush for Northwood. 3-on-2. Here comes McLean. McLean, almost looking to get a puck ahead, but that's broken up nicely by the Mount defense. And now 5 seconds left on the clock as Griffiths regains this puck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we head to the second intermission. 3-0 Northwood. Shots 20-11 for the Huskies. We'll be back after the flood. And we're back for third period action here at the Pat Burns Arena between Northwood and Mount as they look to drop the puck for the opening faceoff. See if Mount can get back in this game. 3-0 Northwood leads. Face-off won by Northwood as that's shipped ahead by McLean with St. Pierre. St. Pierre with it behind the net. She wheels around the offensive zone. St. Pierre dropping the puck to Griffiths. She dives to keep the puck in. Nice play. LaChapelle shot right into the belly of Blanchard as we get our first whistle of the third period. No power plays so far for either team. Maybe special teams can give Mount a spark here to get back in this one, but McPhee wins that draw as that's rimmed around there to Penny that jumps over her stick, but McPhee there to corral it. She tries to get it ahead, but that is interrupted, and Barton brings the puck up, moves it to Griffiths. Off the skate of McLean and into the Mount end. St. Pierre hard in the forecheck. St. Pierre out front. Good save by Blanchard. Nice forecheck there by St. Pierre to lift the stick of the Mount defenseman, take the puck, and try to jam that one by the near side post. But Blanchard up to the task. One of her 21 shots on net today. As this puck is dropped, one back. Shot! Blocked! And Pepe gets it. Here comes Pepe. Pepe 1-on-3 as she loses the puck. Oh, she loses the puck, but Sass able to push it in deep into the Northwood end. Major rims the puck around to Kelly. Kelly just out of the reach of Albrecht, but to Gillis. Gillis in to Albrecht. Save by Blanchard as the net comes off for a whistle. Hard collision there as Albrecht and Grieve, who was back checking, crash into the boards hard. Both appear to be okay and are back on their feet. Glad to see that as this faceoff will come to the right of Haley Blanchard. This will be Lila Blanchard taking the faceoff, but she loses that, and now Major with the puck at the point. Major to Hagens, who chops in deep for Martin. Martin with it to Erster. Erster, shot, off the outside of the post. Trying to go short side on Blanchard. Erster back with it. Erster walking out of the corner. Erster to Major. Major, as that shot gets blocked. Puck now sitting on the back of the net. And away comes Herring. Herring and McKinnon. As Herring gets the puck ahead, it'll be on net. Tifo playing it to Major. Major finds Erster, who tries to one-touch to the middle, but that's turned over. As Northwood looks to break out again. Right, stopping behind her own net. Exiting. Right, with it. Right, scanning, skating through the neutral zone. Finds some ice. Now gets that puck in deep. As Mount's first to it. Try to work it up the boards, but won by Northwood. Mount now again with the puck. A lot of wide ice as they skate through the neutral zone and move ahead to McPhee, who tips it in. McPhee chasing, but puck moved to Lesperance, who chips that puck back into the neutral zone. Here's McNeil to McPhee as she chips the puck in, but not deep enough. As Lesperance now with it, as she hops across the red line. Here's Lesperance with it. Lesperance wide. Lesperance chipping it by chasing, but it is Grieve with it for a Mount. Here comes Grieve. Oh, turned over. Lesperance to Monette. Monette shot. Saved by Blanchard. Rebound. And Lesperance out front. Scrambled puck in tight. Oh, and Monette just misses the far post. Good sequence there for the Huskies. As that puck moves to Combe. Combe looking for a stick, and that misses just wide. Monette again with it as she drops it back for Holmes, but that puck gets moved to Lesperance on the wall. Lesperance to Monette, and that gets broken up nicely by Williamson as now Mount comes with it. It's Grieve and Pepe. Grieve on net. That misses wide. Combe now with it. Combe turned over to Grieve. Grieve Pressing hard as Combe stays with it. Combe now finds L'Esperance, who skates away as she gets the red line and will dump and head for a change. LaChapelle now on the forecheck for Northwood, but that puck gets moved to Broughton. Barton for Northwood steps up to stop that puck, but now his puck gets moved back to Broughton. Broughton looking ahead as trying to get it whacked ahead by McKinnon, but Penny ends up getting it in deep and chases after it. Barton moves the puck across and up to St. Pierre. Here comes St. Pierre. Oh, LaChapelle sets a bit of a pick there, creates some space for St. Pierre. St. Pierre in, runs out of room as she tries to swing that puck back in front, but no one home. And now Penny with it on the boards. Penny turned over on the wall to McLean. Here's Barton with it. Barton shot, rebound, saved by Blanchard. It's underneath her pad, or in her glove rather. Good save there by the Mount goaltender. So we're nearing 5 minutes played in the third period. Shots now 24-12 for the Huskies. St. Pierre wins the draw back to Griffiths. Griffiths trying to put that puck in deep, but cut off by Williamson. Williamson up the wall to Sass. Sass able to get that puck out, but just out of the reach of Blanchard. Barton now up to LaChapelle. Here's St. Pierre with it now. She enters. St. Pierre to LaChapelle. LaChapelle protecting, shooting, and that goes high above the head of Blanchard, and all the way back to Griffiths. Griffiths with the puck now at the blue line, and she puts one towards net, and that ends up in the opposite corner for Williamson. Oh, big collision there as McLean bounces off Williamson. But here comes LaChapelle. LaChapelle in by herself as she circles back, drops it for Barton. Barton rims the puck around as Elbrick comes off the bench and looks for it. Puck gets moved to Kelly. Here's Kelly. Shot from a sharp angle. That goes high. And all the way around for Major. Major now with it as she goes in deep for Kelly. But puck gets deflected in front, but no one home. And here's McNeil with it. McNeil reverses the flow back to Williamson, who moves it up the boards to Sass. Sass with it now. Nice move by Sass, who gives the puck to McNeil, who tries to chip the puck in deep, but that's cut off by Wright. Right up to Kelly as she chases the puck and is able to create a turnover to Gillis. Gillis in front. Saved by Blanchard. Nice save there by the Mount goaltender as Gillis was in alone. Gillis electing to go backhand there, but not enough space on the glove side of Haley Blanchard. Here's Elbricht on the draw for Northwood. Elbricht unable to win that draw, and Mount comes away with it as they try to shovel it up the wall, but turned over. Here's Elbricht, shot wide. Mount now with it, but won again by Northwood on net. Ooh, and another shot wide by Elbricht. That puck gets to the point where Wright puts one on net, saved by Blanchard. Puck goes back into the corner. Here's Kelly with it. Kelly looking to go up, but that's sort of a McNeil, and maybe Mount away with some numbers here. Mount to McPhee. McPhee in, and she gets taken down. No call. McPhee working hard to get that puck back, but that puck gets to Gillis on the far side where she'll cross the red line and send that puck to Erster. Erster drops to Martin. Martin hacked. And some bodies flying around in there, but Erster able to get it and throw it cross ice where Pepe will race after it with Combe. Combe able to win that race, send it deep to Erster. Erster looking out front, but intercepted. As Mount now again looks to push that puck out. Here's Pepe. That's puck's turned over by Martin. Combe now up to Erster. Erster with Hagens and Martin. Erster looking for Martin, but unable to connect, but Martin has up the puck anyway. Martin into the slot, and that gets broken up. Here comes Mount. Here comes Grieve. Grieve to Pepe. Pepe tied up in her feet. Oh, and unable to pull the trigger as that puck gets back to Combe, who will skate by herself into the Mount Ennis, and she waits for reinforcements on the change. Does a good job hitting that puck in the corner. 2-on-2 in the corner now as referees monitoring the situation, and puck is in fact still moving. Penny with it. Here's Monette. Monette with it. Monette Some nice puck protection. She tries to work it out in front, but that's sticked away by Blanchard. Now here comes Mount, able to get that puck out. And now Barton with it. Barton chips it ahead. But McDougall first to it for Mount. McDougall, careful, turns it over to Monette. Monette, shot, ooh, off the knob of Blanchard. Off the turnover. Good save by the goaltender there, as this puck will get all the way down for icing. 11:39 left in the third period. Still 3-0 Northwood. Shots 25-12 for the Huskies. Face-off coming to the right of the goalie Blanchard, with the center Blanchard taking the draw. That puck gets moved ahead by L'Esperance as Northwood looks to set up in the offensive zone. Good work there by the Mount defense to push the puck forward for Penny. Penny chipping it ahead for McKinnon. No icing is the call there. Interesting no call, but we play. As that puck gets moved to Monette, to Pratt, back to L'Esperance, back to Barton. As Barton moves ahead, Barton challenged there by Penny, and that puck gets deflected. Here comes McNeil. McNeil with the puck. She enters the Northwood zone, but backtracked well by Pratt to break it up, and now moved ahead to L'Esperance. L'Esperance with it as across the blue line. L'Esperance with some space coming in. That puck gets deflected. LaChapelle chops away, but just misses the net. Here's McNeil with it. Tries to toe drag around McLean, but McLean not buying it. As that puck just squeaks outside the blue line for an offside. This faceoff will take place just in front of the Mount Academy bench. Faceoff won by McPhee. And Mount able to transition that puck quickly and for a dump into the Northwood zone, as that puck gets worked around the boards. And now played back into the Northwood zone where Cora Major will have the puck. Major looking to chop it ahead, but clogged up the wall by Sass, who puts the puck back in. Where Wright collects. Right around the boards to LaChapelle, but just out of her reach. But she's able to power through and get that puck head to Summer McLean. Summer McLean in it. Tries to toe drag through Broughton, but good job there. Oh, and big hit on the boards by McLean on Broughton. Maybe a penalty there, but refs have kept the whistles in the pocket all night. As Pepe comes down on Major. Ooh, another questionable non-call for interference, but again we play. As this puck is now in the Northwood zone, and Pepe on net, sticked away by Tifo. Pepe with it out front to Grieve. Loose puck. That rattles around. And now Pepe puts one out front. No one home. As LaChapelle gets the puck at center, and she'll get the puck deep. Good pressure there by Mount. Probably their best offensive possession here in the third period. But this puck gets regrouped to Combe as she dances through the Mount defense. Combe in, cuts back. Combe. Good defensive play there by Pepe to break it up. And here comes Mount. 2-on-1. It's Grieve. In. Grieve. Shot. Oh, and just missing to the glove side is Grieve. Probably Mount's best offensive opportunity of the game thus far. But I'm unable to capitalize as we now have 9 minutes remaining in this third period. That puck gets worked around to Broughton in the Mount end. Broughton up the wall to McKinnon. And here goes Lefebvre chasing it. Holmes there first. Works it far side to Elbrecht. Elbrecht will put that puck in on Blanchard, who paddles it to Blanchard. Blanchard now wheeling with the puck, gaining ahead of steam, driving wide now into the Northwood zone. Oh, toe drags and falls. Tough sequence there, but puck still in the Northwood zone as Griffiths gets it around the wall to Barton. Barton now looking for options on the breakout. Barton scanning, turned over at the blue line to Lefebvre. Lefebvre puts one on net. Easy save there for Tifo. As now Barton's able to put one up. Mount now looking to transition. Puck up to McPhee, who dumps the puck in. Tifo out to stop it, moves to the corner, where Griffiths will put it up the wall, but Mount able to keep the puck in. Here's McNeil. McNeil with it. Shot. Oh, and that just misses the net. off a great chance for McNeil, as now Northwood looks to get away. Here comes Erster. Nice blocker save there by Blanchard. Both teams getting some good scoring chances here in the last few minutes. But both goaltenders up to task. Shots 26-13 for 26-12, for Northwood. As that puck gets one back to Hagens, and that shot misses high. Here's McDougall wheeling around the net as she finds Grieve, but off her stick. Now Erster with it in the neutral zone. Erster to Martin. Martin across the blue line. Martin looking for Hagens driving the net, but that pass was not there. Now Sass with it as she puts the puck down the length of the ice. And this will be icing. 7:06 left in the third period. As this is the last 7 minutes of JWHL action today. Day 2 begins tomorrow with an 8 a.m. clash between RNS and Stanstead. As that faceoff is won by Mount, but Northwood comes away with possession as Blanchard now secures it for Mount, but that is challenged by Monette, and that will go out of play. Faceoff now coming to the left of the goalie, Blanchard, with L'Esperance set to take the draw for Northwood. L'Esperance, with some help from Pratt, wins the draw back to Wright. Wright looking to put that one on net, but that's blocked by Blanchard. Monette on it in the corner. L'Esperance was behind that, tries to put it out front, but that's secured by Mount, and looking to get the puck out, but unable to do so. Here's L'Esperance. L'Esperance to Pratt. Pratt, a goal scorer today. Pratt back to Wright. Wright across to Major. Major on net. That looked to be tipped, but wide by Monette. Here's Pratt within the corner. She cycles the puck around into the opposite corner. Mount looking to get this puck out, and able to do so off the stick of Major, but here they come. Here's Pratt. Pratt, good play there by the Mount defender to prevent that opportunity, but L'Esperance with the puck below the goal line. L'Esperance with it to Monette. Monette working hard down there, but Broughton able to disrupt the play and move the puck forward, but Mount needing a whistle or a clear here so they can get some fresh legs on the ice. This unit's been out there for a while, and finally it's put down the ice by McKinnon for an icing call. So Mount able to get some fresh legs out there at the cost of a defensive zone faceoff. So Coach McDougall will put out Avery McPhee to take the faceoff, as Coach Trevor Gilligan will put out his big three. See if McPhee's up to the task, and she does. She wins it back to Williamson. But that puck gets worked back around to St. Pierre on the wall. Shot. Ooh, and that just misses McLean's stick. McLean with it now. McLean into the middle of the ice, and she looks at St. Pierre back door, but St. Pierre, ooh, she gets tripped up, no call. And now Williamson with it. She works to the wall, but that's cut off by Holmes. And she gets taken down, no call. Here's Holmes, back to McLean. McLean with it. One-timer by LaChapelle, and that goes wide. But here's St. Pierre dancing to McLean. McLean out front. And that gets disrupted by the... Here's McLean. Across to LaChapelle. Oh, and she just misses on the short side. One-timer. Great puck movement there by the Huskies, but nothing to show for it, unfortunately. Here's Combe just on stretch pass to St. Pierre. Well defended by Broughton. Maybe a chance, an opportunity here for Mount as Penny chips the puck in deep. Here's Barton with it. As Barton reverses the flow, but Grieve first to it. Cuts it off, but that puck gets squirts in the neutral zone for McDougall. As she rims the puck in on Tifo. Here's Barton with it now. Trying to move that puck ahead, but cut off by Pepe. Pepe. Trying to find Broughton, but cut off by Gillis. Here comes Kelly. Kelly down the wing. Kelly puts a puck on net. Rebound kicked out in front, but cleared by Mount. That's put on net by Griffiths, but that's blocked by McDougall. McDougall probably blocked about 10 shots this evening, so good, really good effort there by the Mount defender as Elbert now wheels around the offensive zone and moves the puck to Barton. Barton looking to move it, and here we go. Here's Penny on a breakaway. Barton chasing, Barton catching her. Nice effort there by the Northwood defender to catch the Mount captain on the breakaway as Penny puts one on net, and that's sticked away by Tifo. Another one, ooh, from a sharp angle, and that's kept out by Tifo. Good opportunity there for Mount, but great second effort there by Northwood to interrupt that opportunity. As we are now only 3 minutes left in the third period. As that puck gets one back and put on net by Sass for the whistle. Tifo making the save, one of her 15 so far in the game. And here's Blanchard on the draw. She wins the draw. Ooh, bit of a chop to the back of the head of Martin there. Again, no call. In front, and that's pushed wide. Game's getting a little... Oh, there's our first penalty of the game with 3 minutes left. As there will be a cross-checking penalty called here on Mount Academy. That's number 88, Sass, heading to the box as Northwood will get their first opportunity of the day. Trevor Gilligan sending out their first unit. St. Pierre, La Chapelle, Major, Erster, and Elbrecht. There's that. Puck will stay in. Good keep in by Major there. She works it down to Elbrecht on the half wall. Elbrecht up to Erster at the point. Erster down to Elbrecht to Major. Major at the top. Shot down to St. Pierre. Oh, she gets buried. Loose puck in front. And secured by Northwood. Back to the point for Major. Major over to La Chapelle. La Chapelle down to Erster. Over to Major, but that bounces off her stick and they'll look to reset. Major down the wall to La Chapelle. She walks in. Shot. Saved by Blanchard. Good puck movement there by the Northwood power play, but only the 2 shots to show for it. As Blanchard is now up to 28 shots against here. Chasing that 90% save percentage. McLean winning the draw, but that is interrupted by Herring, and that puck gets out. Good play by the Mount penalty killer there as Northwood now looks to enter. They'll rim the puck around where Williamson will be first on it for Mount. Unable to get the puck out to and right, putting it back down for Kelly. Kelly walking the goal line. Out front to McLean. McLean shot and a goal. Summer McLean, her second of the game. Another beautiful wrister to the top corner. And Northwood capitalizes on their power play to make it a 4-0 game. Really good puck movement by the Huskies as they found the seams, worked it up top to their shooter, and she capitalized. And that will all about do it for this one as we only have 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Here's Williamson with it, over to McDougall. McDougall just out of the reach of Pepe, and that will go down the ice for icing. L'Esperance will line up to take the face-off here. As she'll win it forward, but Broughton with it up the wall to Pepe. Here comes Pepe. Pepe to Lefebvre, but that goes off her stick, and Lefebvre deflects it down back into her own end, where Broughton will pick it up. Broughton up the wall, intercepted by Monette. Monette working hard to get that puck back, but stolen by Pepe. Here comes Pepe. See if she can make something happen as she dumps the puck in on net. And that is frozen by Tifo. One of her easier shots on that of the game so far. As she is 1 minute and 23 seconds away from the elusive goaltender accomplishment, which shall not be named. But here's McPhee on the draw. Back to Williamson as she pumps the puck down below the goal line, but Barton there first and able to get the puck to Hagens. Hagens, nice move off the wall, but loses it. Here's McNeil to McPhee. McPhee in. That puck gets deflected. Barton now with it. She moves the puck up to Erster. Erster to McPhee at the blue line. That puck just squirts out as Barton will control it. Less than a minute to go here in the third period. Here comes Barton. Barton with it, dancing through the middle. She loses the handle, but able to persevere and regain the puck. Barton closed off. Here's Blanchard behind the net. Blanchard moving it to the other corner for Erster. Erster behind the net to Hagens. Hagens pinned against the wall with it as she moves the puck over to McNeil. McNeil able to get the puck by Griffiths as she'll skate ahead. Here comes McNeil. McNeil into the pads as, that follow-up opportunity just getting by the foot of Tifo and missing the net. But here's Martin with it now. Stolen by Broughton. Broughton up ahead to Sass. Sass to Blanchard. Got to hurry here for a shot. And Tifo will likely get her last shot of the evening with 7 seconds to go here in the third. This faceoff will come to her left. Blanchard looking to win it. And that will just about do it here at the Pat Burns Arena. Final score, Northwood 4, Mount 0. Stay tuned for the final player of the game presentations. And then that will be it for us here at the Pat Burns Arena. Good effort today by the Saints, but unable to meet the firepower of the Huskies. Northwood plays again tomorrow morning against the BK Selects, which will be a great contest. Ocean Tifo with the shutout. Couldn't tell you how many she has on the season, but it's probably a lot. One of the JWHL's best goaltenders this season. And now we wait for the player of the game presentation. Player of the game for Mount Academy, number 92, Adriana Pepe. Had a great game. Kickstarted a lot of the Saints' attack. And no surprise here, player of the game for Northwood, number 8, Summer McLean, with her 2 goals. Fun fact, Summer McLean's sister, Skylar, attended Stanstead College and is now playing Division III hockey. So, hello, Skylar, if you're watching. But that will do it for us here at the Pat Burns Arena. Tune in tomorrow for another full day of great JWHL action.